How are you doing? My name is Yemisi Ayorinde. I'm an author, a marriage and relationship mentor, a social worker, mental health and addiction counselor. I also pastor with the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Apapa family in Ibadan, Nigeria. I want to seize this opportunity to invite you to be part of my talk show, Tagged Family Matters, on my Facebook page and on my YouTube channel. I'm sure you will all agree with me that when families are thriving, obviously society will thrive for it. I would therefore like you to be a part of the program every Wednesday by 2 p.m. My Facebook page is Bolajoko Oluyemisi Ayorinde, and my YouTube channel is Yemisi Ayorinde. God bless you. Looking forward to hearing from you. Hello everyone. Hello friends, welcome again to your program Family Matters with Yemisi Ayorinde. This week we're talking about distant love. By this I mean the people you should love from afar. They are amongst friends, they are amongst families, church members, then your neighborhood, then your places of work. The Bible commands us to love, but there are some people you should love from afar. These are people very critical of all your actions. They don't love themselves. How can they love you? They can't accept you for who God has made you to be. They are very difficult to please. If you buy them yam now, they will say, why did you not buy gari? If you buy gari now, they will say, oh, didn't you see where they are selling beans? I've had encounters with people like this. People that have turned themselves to major prayer points in your life. They are people you should love from afar, because you want to keep your sanity. You want to be happy. So love them still, but from afar. Keep a distance from them. For some, in fact, all people like this that are toxic, the best way for you is to be at peace with them, because the Bible says, be at peace with all men. But you don't want to be too close to them, so they don't have, they don't affect the way you are feeling about yourself, so they don't run you down. You know what? They have low self-esteem themselves. They want to control you and everything about you. They want to be at the end of affairs in your life. They are very critical, as I said, about every step you make. They read meanings into it. Even when you yourself take actions, you don't even, read any meaning to it. You are just being yourself. They have read mega meanings into your actions. People like that, just avoid them. Are you a mother-in-law in the house? Are you a father-in-law? Are you a mother-in-law? Are you a sister-in-law? Have you turned yourself to a major prayer point that your son-in-law, your daughter-in-law, or your sister-in-law, when you are approaching, starts doing sign of the cross? Oh, she's coming. You may be in control today, but there's an end to everything. I'm talking about people like that. When they approach, they get you jittery. When you hear news about them, everything about your system will just change. This person again, just avoid them. Draw a distance, but love them. Buy them gifts, give them things, but avoid coming in close contact with them. You want to stay happy, don't you? Why are people like this? I'll take you to the Bible. In the book of 1 Samuel 17, precisely verse 26 to 30, when David was told to go and give food to his brothers at the war front, and he encountered Goliath, and he kept on asking what will be done to anybody that does away with this Goliath, that puts an end to this Goliath harassment. And as they were telling him, his brother Eliab was very angry. I can remember vividly that reading through the scriptures, he said, I know the insolence of your heart. Why are you here? With whom have you left the sheep in the wilderness? Meanwhile, David was not there of his own volition. He went because his father sent him. You are to watch out for people like this in your family. People that don't want you to rise above them, even amongst friends. They are making it, they are doing fine, but they just see that you are gradually coming up, and they get very jittery. They want to run you down. They want to make others believe that what's even there to you. They hear any small thing about you, they magnify that. Yes, I too have been saying, I've been taking notes. Yes, he or she has been, you know, he's becoming pompous these days. You too, you notice. I have noticed. And you are just living your life the way you know best to live. They are people to love from afar. People that are jealous of what God is doing in your life. People that are envious of what God has done for you. I mean, what was David's offense? As I said earlier on, that his brother Eliab became so upset with him. And then I want to cite Paul's example too. In 1 Samuel 18 verse 12, the Bible says, I like to read that from the Amplified version of the Bible. 1 Samuel 18 verse 12. Just a moment. The Bible records that Saul was afraid. Saul was jealous of Paul. I read. Now Saul was afraid of David because the Lord was with him, but had departed from Saul. The Spirit of the Lord has departed from some people. They are jealous of what God is doing in your life. People like this, they have forgotten how you went through your own wilderness experience. But seeing that you are making it, they get very jittery. They pass all manner of snide remarks to run you down. They are people to love from afar. People that are very toxic. They have reasons to be unhappy for one thing or the other. And they see what God is doing in your life. They are not happy for you. May the Lord open our eyes and ears of understanding to identify people like this, so that we will know to flee and love them from afar. People like this, they most of the time, thank God that Eliab even displayed his own anger. Most of the time they will not even display their anger. They are still smiling with you. They are still, you think that they are your friends. Oh, that they love you. But they are thinking of ways of bringing you down. I remember my pastor preaching a sermon years back about different levels. And now when you change levels, people at that particular level, they are wondering, have you suddenly come up to this level too? You are riding a B2. They are riding a Mercedes Benz, and suddenly you buy a Benz, and they look at you, is this one part of us again? They are not ready to accept you. I remember vividly. I can't, how my sermon. People like that, you should watch out for them, love them from afar, because they are not happy for you. Whatever makes you happy makes some people jittery. What God is doing in your life is making them afraid of you. Do they appreciate God in their own lives? How do you expect them to appreciate God for you? How do you expect them to thank God for what He's doing for you? Because to them, most of the time, they are not even seeing the goodness of God in their own lives. They are busy focusing on the things they think they should have that they don't have. I always say it in our church that we should be thankful, because when we are thinking we ought to have these things and we don't have them, we are thinking that we deserve more than we have, because we are saying the man that has lost his senses does not know what he ought to have that he does not have. People like this, they have lost their minds, kind of. So they don't understand why you should have the kind of enjoyment from God that you seem to have. And some people, when they see the way God works in your life, the way God answers your prayers, they are quick to forget your wilderness experience. They can't understand why you now seem to be the favorite of God. Well, what can you do? Than to avoid them. Be careful who you share your testimonies with. Because toxic people do not want to see anything good in your life. People that want to control your life, in some families, we have people like that. They are the rulers in the family. They control all the wives married into that family. They control all the sons that marry from that family. No, go this way, go that way, do this, do that. No, I'm not saying that people should not give you godly counsel. When people give you godly counsel, if you are properly in tune with God, you should be able to discern from people that are trying to, tell you to upgrade, live a life that is better than you are living. You should be able to discern from such people, and people that just want to run you down, make you feel that you are a nobody and that you cannot amount to anything important in life. You should be able to discern. When people give you counsel, you should be able to read between the lines. Oh, this is a valuable counsel. Oh God, this is coming from a jealous heart. When people are telling you not to live by faith, there are people to run from. People that are telling you, people that have grasshopper mentality, there are people to run from. There are people to love from afar. You want to do this, they are telling you can't afford this at this stage of your life. Oh, you should do this. Oh, please stay on this side. You can't. You want to move to a place like this? You want to buy something like this? No, you can't buy something like this. So at your level, you shouldn't buy things like this. So you should be able to read between the lines. People that are telling you how you as a just person should live by faith, you should be able to identify and read between the lines. Parents in the house, what counsel are you giving to your children? Are you making them to be people that have grasshopper mentality, or the people that are living by faith? Some of these people, they are in church, playing church, people that you should run away from. They don't pay tithes, though the blessings of God will not show in their lives. They are not givers, so they will just be living according to what meager thing they think they have, not knowing that God can bless anybody at any time. If you obey God, if you pay your tithe, if you give, the Bible says it shall be given unto you. People that we have advised you not to give, run away from them. People that will counsel you to continue to live on a low level, establishing grasshopper mentality, run away from them. The Bible says, those who know their God, they shall be strong and they will do exploits. Psalm 9 verse 10 says that those that know the name of the Lord will trust him, because he has never forsaken those that diligently seek him. Do you know the name of the Lord in your life to take you from where you are to where you ought to be? Then run from people with grasshopper mentality. Until I come again your way next week, what have we talked about this week? I've told you to avoid some people that are toxic, people that are critical about what the Lord is doing in your life, people that will never see good in anything you do for them, people that are never appreciative. Whatever you do for them, whatever you give to them, they are quick to forget. They are quick to run you down, look for your vices, and they are quick to gather enemies against you. Run away from people like that. God bless you.